If you're like most gardeners, you've probably poured rice water down the drain without a second thought. But here's the truth. That cloudy liquid left behind after rinsing or boiling rice is one of the most powerful, free soil boosters you'll ever find. I started experimenting with rice water in my own beds, and the results were undeniable. Plants perked up faster, roots grew stronger, and the soil itself came alive in ways I hadn't seen before. This isn't some trendy gimmick. Rice water works because it feeds your soil biology, and once you understand how it transforms your garden ecosystem, you'll never waste it again. Rice water is packed with natural plant nutrition. At first glance, rice water looks weak and diluted, but don't be fooled. That cloudy appearance comes from starches, amino acids, and trace minerals washed off the grains. Starch provides a steady carbohydrate source, which soil microbes feed on like fuel. Amino acids help support early plant growth and resilience, while minerals like potassium and magnesium are directly useful for both root and fruit development. Instead of being wasted in your sink, all of these compounds can be put to work right in your garden, where they feed not just the plants, but the soil food web that supports them. Feeding soil microbes is the key to unlocking bigger harvests. The real magic of rice water isn't that it's a fertilizer in the traditional sense. It's that it energizes your soil microbes. These microbes need a balanced diet just like any living thing, and carbohydrates from rice starch are the perfect energy source. Once fed, microbes multiply rapidly, producing enzymes that unlock nutrients locked in your soil. This means that minerals your plants couldn't reach before suddenly become available. In practical terms, rice water strengthens the entire nutrient cycle of your soil. Instead of depending on constant fertilizer inputs, your soil begins to provide for itself. Fermented rice water takes the benefits to the next level. Plain rice water is excellent, but you can amplify its effect by fermenting it. Fermentation multiplies beneficial lactic acid bacteria, which act as natural probiotics for the soil. To do this, simply leave rice water in a loosely covered jar at room temperature for 2 to 3 days. When it begins to smell slightly sour, it's ready. This fermented rice water doesn't just feed microbes, it also helps suppress harmful soil pathogens, balances pH, and encourages stronger root growth. It's a simple, free way to brew a living tonic for your garden that rivals expensive bottled inoculants. Applying rice water to your soil is simple and effective. Using rice water couldn't be easier. After rinsing or boiling rice, allow the water to cool and pour it directly around the base of your plants or onto bare soil. For seedlings, dilute it further with plain water to avoid overwhelming delicate roots. For established beds, use it once or twice a week, especially during the active growing season. When you have fermented rice water, apply it as a soil drench or even spray it lightly on foliage to introduce beneficial microbes directly onto the plant surfaces. Just remember, moderation is key. Rice water is a supplement, not a replacement for balanced organic matter and compost. What I love about using rice water is how quickly you can see results. Within a couple of weeks of regular use, soil feels softer and crumbles more easily. Earthworms become more active because the microbial boom creates food for them as well. Plants respond with deeper green leaves, stronger stems, and quicker recovery from stress. The entire garden feels more resilient, and it costs you nothing but a little mindfulness about what you do with your rice rinse water. At the end of the day, rice water works because it fits into the bigger principle of gardening with life, not against it. Instead of thinking in terms of dumping fertilizer on plants, you're cultivating an ecosystem below the surface that will support your crops season after season. That's what makes this practice so powerful. It's not a one-time boost, it's an ongoing partnership between your soil, microbes, and plants, fueled by something most of us throw away every single day. So the next time you cook rice, don't waste the water. Save it, pour it into your soil, and watch as your garden transforms into a thriving, self-sustaining ecosystem. If you found this tip useful, subscribe to Botanical Bliss for more proven strategies that make your garden healthier and more abundant. And share this video with a fellow gardener who's still pouring their rice water down the drain. They'll thank you later.